Welcome back, students. I have come up with one more important question for the concepts of the scales, engineering drawing or the engineering graphics course. Let's look at the question and identify it belongs to which type of scales. Hope you have gone through the earlier videos of mine related to the plane scale as well as the diagonal scale, as I am going to do a few more lecture series on engineering graphics. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to my channel as well as share this content with your friends. Let's jump into the question. The distance between two cities A and B is 300 kilometers. Its equivalent distance on the map measures only 6 meters. Dear students, how I am underlining, you to underline along with the pencil in your question paper while reading the question, so that makes you very easy in understanding. Find RF, this is a question mark, and draw a diagonal scale. If you look at this question, the earlier videos, there was not specified it belongs to which type of scale, but here it is directly specified in the question. It is said to be a diagonal scale to show kilometers. Here if it is mentioned only kilometers and indicate the following distance: 525 kilometer, 375 kilometer and 149 kilometer on it. I hope you are very clear with the question. This is all about the diagonal scale. So, we got the 50% of knowledge that we came to know that the scale is a diagonal scale. What we are supposed to work out here is, as I told, that once we know or whether the RF is given or not, a representation factor or the scaling factor, as the representation factor is defined as the length of the drawing on the scale to that of the actual length or the actual drawing distance. If you look at this, the distance between two cities is 300. If you look at this here, dear students, the distance is the A and B is nothing but the actual distance. Getting or not? This distance is nothing but the actual distance, and its equivalent distance on the map measures, that means which you are going to draw on the paper, it is measuring of 6 centimeter. That means this is nothing but the length of the drawing on the scale. Length of the drawing on the scale. So, as we know the definition of RF, it is nothing but the length of the drawing or the scale, that is nothing but 6 centimeter upon the actual, that is nothing but 300 kilometer. Whereas, in few cases they are going to give you the ratio directly like 1:200 or 1:1000 the RF. In few cases they will not be giving, you need to calculate first what is the RF. So, this is how we are supposed to work out the RF, dear students. This is the numerator, I mean this is the length of the drawing and this is the actual length. Now, or the distance, whatever it is. Now, if you look here, we need to convert this into a similar unit. So, how to work out this? I put on 6 centimeter as it is, whereas I convert this kilometer to centimeter now, dear students. So, 300 into 1 kilometer equals to how much? 1000. Isn't it, dear students? That is all about the 1000 meters. Now, it is again meter. Getting? But whereas I need to convert into the centimeter. So, what it becomes to? This becomes to 6 centimeter divided by 300 into 1000 into 100 centimeter. Getting? Meter to this. Now, upon calculation, it is found out to be 1/5 into 10 power 6. Please do not forget to carry your calculator, because even this calculation part in the scales contains certain marks, and this is said to be one of the gunshot question related to the scale concepts. So, 1/5 into 10 power 6 is said to be the RF of the scale. Later, what is the length of the scale? Before that, we need to work out what is the maximum distance this scale can measure up to. The maximum distance. Whether the maximum distance is given on the problem or not, you need to check, dear students. If you look here, like the earlier cases, the maximum distance is not mentioned in this problem. Then how to work out and how to focus? Before that, we will write down what is the length of the scale. In order to check this, we will work out step by step sequence. The length of the scale is given as RF into the maximum distance. but whereas the maximum distance is not given in the drawing. So, let us see what would be the maximum distance, and we will try to calculate this in centimeter once we come to know what is the maximum distance. Later, I told you to work out the units, isn't it, dear students? What are the units given in this scale to work out and the measure? If we look here, find RF, we are done with that, and draw a diagonal scale. We came to know that to show kilometers. The unit is only kilometer here, dear student. That means the primary unit is a kilometer, I mean the main unit, and the subunit is also a kilometer, and the subunit, third unit is also a kilometer. This is how you need to work out. How? Let us look at the marking distance. I am going to clear you a doubt why it is all kilometers throughout the scale. If you look at the marking distance, it is 525. Let us look at the marking distance. The procedure of drawing the scale construction is similar to that of the earlier video which I have uploaded. You need to concentrate on this calculation part, dear students. If you look at the marking distances are given as 525 kilometer, isn't it? Here 525 kilometer and 357 kilometer, and one more is 149 kilometer. 3 marking distance were given in the problem. As the maximum distance is missing sometimes in the problems, you need to concentrate on the marking distance, dear students, to work out what is the maximum distance the scale can measure up to. If you look here, what is the maximum distance out of these 3? It is found out to be 525 kilometer. That means my scale can read to a maximum of 600 kilometer. The value which is near to this 525, we need to take into consideration round figure value, that is all about 600 kilometer, dear students, as the maximum distance is missing in the problem. So, by looking at the marking distance, we can identify and we can make and assume stating that the maximum distance of the marking is 525. That's the reason we are going to take our maximum marking distance is said to be 600 kilometer, dear students. I hope you got this. If certain data is missing in the problem, we are supposed to look at the measuring distance or assuming that. This happens few times in your question paper. Later, as I know the 600 kilometer maximum distance now, I can work out the RF of the scale is said to be 1 upon 5 into 10 power 6 into 600 kilometer. Kilo is said to be 1000 and meter to centimeter is said to be 100. So, I need to convert this into kilometer, then the meter to centimeter. So, upon calculation, when you put it in the calculator, it is found out to be 12 centimeter, dear students. I have already found this. So, you are supposed to put it in the calculator and work out the length of the scale, as we are going to work out with this plane scale which we are going to draw along with the drafter and the drawing instruments. This is how you are supposed to work out and concentrate on the part of the calculation. Then later you are going to work out the construction process. This also has certain marks. If you are skipping this content and drawing something else in the answer book, the drawing sheet, you will be deducted certain marks and the problem is incorrect. So, you are supposed to now go with the construction process. So, what is the maximum distance? That is said to be 600 meter, and what is the length of the scale? That is 12 centimeter. Now, 12 centimeter need to be plotted on the scale on the drawing sheet. Let us work out the construction process. Dear students, as I am not working with the instruments and I am not going to work it with the drafter, I am going to work out for your freehand sketch here. Please try to understand. So, now this is the point and this is our end point where the length of the scale is found out to be 12 centimeter. Now, as I told that you need to make sure that as it is diagonal scale, we need to work out the width of this taking as 40 or 50 mm and plot a rectangle box, so that this gives you an impression and look of the scale. Later, I am going to give you the number for this, lettering to this as AB, CD is a rectangular box. Later, we need to look at what is the maximum distance, the scale which we have plotted on 12 centimeter, where it is of 600 kilometer. I mean, on a 12 centimeter line of the length of the drawing, I need to plot the maximum distance of 600 kilometers. I need to represent on a 12 centimeter line a 600 kilometer. So, how you can represent this is that dividing this into equal number of segments, that is all about 6 equal divisions. This 12 centimeter, you are going to make it into 6 equal divisions. Getting, dear students? Make sure to concentrate. This is all about divide 12 by 6. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and along with this is 6. Dear students, I repeat once again that I am not going to work out for you using the instruments. This is only the rough sketch. You need to work out division of line method or use the scale and drafter and work out. Now, draw the perpendiculars to AB line. So, this is 0, as I told that we need to mark 0 to the right of A, the first division. So, this is what? 100 kilometer. 200 kilometer, 300 kilometer and 400 kilometer, and finally this B is nothing but 500 kilometer, and later this box is 600 kilometer. Getting, dear students? As the maximum distance to be measured is of 600 kilometer, I need to divide the scale into 6 equal division, stating that each division is of 100 kilometer. On a 12 centimeter line, I am going to plot a kilometer scale. So, this the main unit is nothing but kilometer, dear students. I hope you are able to understand. I am sorry for not using the instruments, as I do not have enough time to work out and it is time taking. Please try to understand along with me. You need to work out only with the instruments. Now, later if you look at the marking distance, this is all about 525. How this 525 can be written in mathematical expression as 500 plus 20 plus 5. Isn't it, dear students? I mean 500 kilometer along the main scale, this is a main unit, and 20 kilometer along the second unit, subunit, and the 5 kilometer along the another subunit. So, this scale is of hundreds, the main unit, and this is of tens, and this is of ones division place. So, I need to divide this from 0 to left of A into 10 equal divisions. So, it represents, so this represents, I mean 100, it is all about 50, isn't it, dear students? So, this is 0, 50 and 100 to the right to the left of A. So, there are 100 such divisions, I mean 10 divisions, each division is of 10 units. Later, I need to divide, this is said to be also a kilometer scale. This is also said to be a kilometer scale. So, it is going to read 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Isn't it, dear students? So, the 10th place, 100th place and 1's place. So, later I consider AD is said to be a third unit. This is also said to be a kilometer scale. It is in ones place. So, we are supposed to represent the numbers in form of ones, stating that this is 1 and this is said to be something 5 and this is said to be the 10th division. Making a marking of that equally, either going with devising a line concept if you are unable to work out with the scale, or if you are able to divide as per the fraction or the decimal, you can go directly with the plain scale. If not, you are supposed to divide a line method, dear students. I hope you know you need to divide this into 10 equal division. The last division need to be joined and placing all scale parallel to the last division and joining all the 10 lines. So, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, what we have done in the yesterday's problem, which we have done working with the diagonal scale, the similar procedure need to be followed here too. So, drop all the parallel lines from this to this AB line. This is 5th, 6th. I am sorry for not doing with the instruments. I am feeling so bad working like this. So, as you do not have enough time, please do concentrate on the part. Okay, and this is kilometer scale, and this is also a kilometer scale, and this is also said to be a kilometer scale. Now, as I told, to give a look of the diagonal scale, so we need to draw the diagonals from the secondary unit to the tertiary unit of the 10th division. So, placing your scale like this of the drafter, the 10th division on the 9th division, sorry, the 9th division of the subunit in the secondary unit need to be coinciding with the 10th unit of the tertiary unit and the 3rd unit. So, drop all the parallel lines along with this. So, that gives you the diagonal, and this is said to be a diagonal scale. Getting, dear students, you need to work out all the diagonals. There is a lot of in-depth concept in this, which I am not going to explain you all. It takes lots of time to make you understand very clear. So, I am telling you that the 9th division need to coincide with the 10th division of the 3rd unit. So, likewise, placing parallel to it and drop all the parallel lines to AD line from AD line, from AO line. This gives you a territory or the 3rd unit. Now, let us look at what you are supposed to write here is the RF of the scale to be written, that is nothing but 1 upon 5 into 10 power 6. The RF of the scale to be written exactly center of the scale. Now, look at the marking distance. It is all about 525 kilometer. I mean, I need to take 500 along this scale and 20 along this. So, this is 0, this is 10 and this is 20 along this and 5 along this, isn't it? 25. So, this point gives me. So, this is all about the 25 kilometers and 500 here. So, drop a perpendicular line, the straight line, and start marking the dimensions here, stating that this is said to be 500, 20 and 5. So, 525 kilometer. It does not mean that all the time in the diagonal scale the first unit and the second unit and third unit need to have consecutive units, like the problem which we have done like meter, decimeter and kilometer. Sometimes they may be of similar unit also, and the scale is said to be diagonal scale also, dear students, but it should have 3 units. Later, the next is 357. So, 357 can be written as 350 plus 7. I mean 300 from the main unit division. Later 57, 50 is along this, 50 is here on the secondary, and 7, this is 6 and this is 7. So, 357, draw a line along this and drop a line to 7. So, this point will give you the 57. So, draw a perpendicular line, a straight line from this and even from this 3, and draw a dimension line and work out 357. And do not forget to write kilometer. This is how you are supposed to work out when a scale problem is given. And there is one more unit is also given, that is all about 149 kilometer, the measuring distance. So, this is written as 100 kilometer along the main scale and 40 about the secondary scale and 9 along the third unit. So, 149. So, 100 along this, dear students, and 49, 4 along this, 4 along this, 49. 4 along this and 9 here. I hope you are getting how I am working out. Please do practice along with me and do score good marks in this, so that you are not going to split this exam as a supplementary. Make sure the COVID pattern is so easy, you can clear this subject in the first attempt by following my tips and try to work out all the problems along with me and focusing all the problems which I am going to upload few more in the coming days to go. This is 149 kilometer. This is how you are supposed to trace the scale, dear students, and only the rectangular block, and these perpendiculars need to be highlighted in HB pencil, and the lettering and numbering to be written very neat standard in HB pencil. And do not forget to write RF and the kilometer and the marking distance, and do not write this 16 centimeter or 12 centimeter or 600 kilometer anywhere in the drawing sheet. How I have done, you are supposed to work out accordingly. Please do concentrate on the part how I am focusing, and do subscribe to my channel as well as share this content with your friend, so that this may help them too. If you are looking for any other content, please do comment in the comment section. Good luck and God bless you all. Thank you.